is essentially watching very closely. And the question that I asked you, Abhishek, was about, are you expecting, there you have it.
All right, President Putin there, coming down, Prime Minister receiving him, standing face to face, the two leaders yet to make eye contact because President Putin is focusing on the stairs. Remember, the world is watching, he cannot miss a step. And now, touchdown on the soil, eye contact, yes. That's where.
Expecting the hug?
The walk, 100%, 200%. See, it happens here. Because that's trademark. That's Narendra Modi. That's Prime Minister Modi. He's not going to miss out on that.
So
that's part of hugplomacy. It's called hugplomacy. Modi, it's part of the Modi diplomacy, you know. And so this is with a lot of warmth. They meet and they walk, and then there is a ceremonial guard of honor, tri-services guard of honor, meeting of the delegations. The Indian side first. Kirtivardhan Singh, the Minister of State for External Affairs, and then the Russian side, the Ambassador Denis Alepov there.
Abhishek, were you expecting, in terms of, if you draw a parallel of the last visit that President Putin has made outside Russia, was of course in America. Now this would be his second international trip that he has actually made here. There you have the welcoming of
the cultural
program that's essentially taking place, and thereafter everyone would be waiting with bated breath right now whether at all the two leaders really go inside the same vehicle. Well, the reason why everyone would be watching that very closely is because essentially, when the last time when both the leaders spent roughly about 45 minutes inside one car, it so happened that it was outside the venue of the delegation level talks that were supposed to take place. So
are they going to travel together is the question which should be solved in the next 30 seconds. Okay, we can't do the wrong. Okay, now, they are in fact traveling together. Fair enough, they are traveling together, and
it does seem that's not the usual vehicle that is used by the Prime Minister.
Yeah, but
if I'm not wrong, it's usually the black Range Rover that is used by the Prime Minister. It's a different vehicle altogether. Yeah. So it's quite purposeful. You have both the flags there adorning the vehicle. There you have the Russian.
It's part of the plan.
What I was essentially pointing out, well, it seems it's quite surprising because the vehicle that is generally used by the Prime Minister is a black Range Rover, if I'm not wrong. Abhishek, correct me. And this happens to be a different vehicle altogether. Now, one would ask, why are we so, engrossed about what about the vehicle?
You can't have a German car for the Russian president. Come on, Shaman. So that's why it's a Jap car. That's okay. Japs are okay. So not
acceptable.
Acceptable. I mean, not after the op-ed that the German ambassador wrote. I mean, you cannot have a German car, obviously.
Dimitri, there you have it. You have both the leaders going inside the vehicles, the same car. It seems that some photographs are now being taken of both the leaders smiling. You have Russian president all brimming right now. And we haven't got a glimpse of our Prime Minister right now, the message that has been done there. Dimitri, if you can see that, you have yet again both the leaders in the same car. It seems that this is the new trend that's basically emerging with President Putin actually being in the same vehicle, spending a considerable amount of time. It seems that roughly about another 20 minutes, or a little over 20 minutes, is both the leaders would be getting together. And this would be at a time when you wouldn't have any other officials really accompanying, apart from the SPG that would be
in fact, both the Russian what is it called, FRC, is it called the Presidential Protection Group there, FRC, and the SPG together protecting the car.
Dimitri, can you see the images coming in?
So what sort of jumps out to me, because as I believe Abhishek pointed out, that Modi has, it's become traditional for him to hug foreign leaders. But for Putin, that's definitely not the case. So the fact, not just that they're riding in the same car, but they're willingly embracing each other like brothers. that is very significant. And it means, I think that I see with Modi a very rare personal connection that, Putin doesn't enjoy with a lot of leaders. And of course, I think it's bigger than personal relationships. It's the relationships of people. Putin is someone whose formative years were spent in the Soviet Union, and the Soviet Union loved India. Bollywood was the most popular international films. Putin frequently reminds journalists about how popular Bollywood is in Russia and was in Russia. So I think that this is, a very organic display of trust and connection.
Dmitry, and what's the service, the presidential protection service called? The security service that protects the Russian president?
It's called in Russian FSO, Federальная служба охраны, basically the Federal Service of Security. So in English, it would be, I think, FSS.
FSS, right. So FSS, I could see FSS and the SPG commandos coordinate and take care of the two VIPs together. So a lot of coordination would have gone into this. A lot of prep would have gone into this. The advanced security liaison, as it happens, I can see both the commandos in the close protection of or the proximate protection, as it is called, of the security agencies coordinating with each other. Then, of course, the two leaders walk together, a cultural welcome there, and then into the same car, a white car, and. All right.
Okay, we are expecting, no, that's not going to happen that quickly. We are expecting, it's going to at least
outside
20 minutes. These are images now coming in from outside the Palam Technical Airport, where both the leaders have left. And just to quickly recap for all our viewers who are tuning in right now, what was essentially expected has happened. Both the leaders are in the same car, but it's quite unusual what we have essentially witnessed right now. We don't know the backstory here. We'll try and get the backstory in a short while from now. It's a departure from the vehicle that is generally used by the Prime Minister. It seems another vehicle has been used for President Putin. And it seems that it was largely well choreographed with both the delegations may have taken that up till the last minute. It didn't certainly look like as a surprise decision that was taken by President Putin. It was largely, it seems, a well choreographed thing with both the leaders getting inside the vehicle, the white Toyota that has been used by Prime Minister Modi and President Vladimir Putin. And in fact, in a short while from now, perhaps in the next 20 minutes, you're expecting both the world leaders reaching the Prime Minister's residence, where we are being told that there's going to be a private dinner that's going to take place. Is there any scheduled time for it? Like, for how long are they going to be together?
Well, no, Shravan. In fact, it can go on for a couple of hours. And in fact, this is one meeting where the two leaders can have the opportunity to really open up and talk about everything under the sun, literally. And that's exactly how it happens. Because this is the time when the delegations are not there. This is the time when the pressure of signing a joint statement is not there. This is the time when the focus is not on agreements, etc., on deliverables. So this is the time off camera. This is the time when they can really just loosen up and be friends and statesmen together. So I think it can be anything between 1.5 hours to, as I was mentioning to you, the first time they met, they spent about 3.5 hours together, well past midnight. You can expect, depending on how much they have to talk and exchange. Remember also that in the midst of a multilateral platform like SCO, the two leaders spent 50 minutes inside the car. I mean, it was not even a proper setting, just in the car, because obviously they would not want eavesdropping of any kind. There was no other reason except for that. There is no